Okay, hi everyone. It's another day, and today we're going to be talking about love and why the perception of love nowadays is such BS. And I want to explain why I think that a lot of it is completely misinformation. Love is definitely not like in the movies. The way they perceive love in the movies, it can feel like that in the beginning, like when you first meet somebody and you get together and you get to know them, and it's exciting because the relationship is new. But about like my personal experience, about like 6 to 10 months into the relationship, you start to get like this reality check of this person is actually a person. And then you realize that they're not who you imagine them to be, and they have flaws, and they have things that you don't agree with about them, or you guys may have disagreements because you guys have different opinions, which is obviously going to happen because you guys are two different people. And the honeymoon phase always dies down in every relationship. And I know some people will say that, oh, like I'm 10 years into my relationship and we still love each other so much. But I promise you, it's never going to be the same like in the beginning. And that is okay, because that is how it's supposed to be. Love is not supposed to be like in the movies. Love is raw. Love is real. Love takes hard work to earn and to get a good grasp of. A big thing that I really want to talk about, because I feel like this is such an important thing for me to say, because it took me forever to learn this, that love is just like any other emotion. It comes and goes. Just like sadness, just like happiness, just like anger, just like anxiety. It just comes and goes. And you're going to feel that with your partner, especially if it's long term. People who say that they haven't felt this before, or people who say it like, oh, like I never feel like I'm upset with my partner or anything, they probably haven't been in a relationship long enough to see what really goes on to make a relationship work. Love is just like any other emotion, and eventually it's gonna go away. You loving the person and choosing to stay with them is what really matters, because you can love somebody, but that's gonna go away. What are you gonna do when it goes away? Because it's just like any other feeling. So that ties into another thing that I want to talk about, that soulmates and my person or meant for each other is not real. None of that is real. When you are able to learn about this person, learn what they want, learn what they don't want, accepting them after the phase is over, is when you realize that you met your person. Not realizing, oh, this person is perfect for me, because nobody's perfect for anybody. Nobody's perfect in general. Nobody's perfect for themselves, you know? So when you are able to put two and two together and learn this person and get comfortable with this person and learn how to work with this person and accept their flaws and accept their differences and accept that they're human, that is when you met your person. That is when you can say that you guys are soulmates, because you've mastered the art of coexisting with another person that has differences, that has flaws, and that's not perfect at all. You know what I mean? Another thing that I want to talk about is you will always want better. And some people do settle because they feel like they found the perfect person, and that's okay. Some people feel like they found the perfect person, other people haven't. You will always be curious for something better, because that is just nature, you know? We always are looking for something more. We want something perfect, and that will never happen. And that is what makes love so beautiful, because of course you're going to want something better. Just like with money, you can be the richest person in the world, but you're still going to want more money. But when you're able to be like, yeah, I could have better, but I'm choosing to be with you, is what makes love so beautiful. And I think that's more beautiful than any other movie or love story people try to tell these days, in my opinion, because it takes hard work and dedication to be in a real healthy relationship, if that makes sense. And just like my first episode of posting this on my channel, forgiveness is 100% key. If you're not willing to forgive your partner, you're gonna have a lot of problems in the relationship, because trust me, your partner is gonna mess up, and I'm sure you're gonna mess up, and it has to go both ways. You both have to be willing to forgive each other. But we're not going to talk much about that one, because I made a whole episode on that. That was my first ever episode. So if you want to go watch that, I'll link it. Another realization is that your partner is human. Okay? They're not this heaven sent person from God or anything, or whatever you believe in. They just came to you, or you came to them, and you're trying to work things out. It's just that simple. I do believe in life placing people into other people's lives, but you have to be willing to make that work, you know? Because at the end of the day, they're still human. One huge thing that I really want to mention, because I feel like this will also help a lot of young people in relationships, is that love gets boring after a long time of being together. With my boyfriend, we've been together for a year and probably about 6 months, and I can tell you that we've had stages where we did not want to put up with each other because, you know, being in a relationship for a while can get really boring. Doing the same routine every day, calling each other at night, going to sleep on FaceTime at night, going to work, texting each other at work, calling each other on our break, like going out on dates, like that can get boring sometimes. And my personal experience on how we fix this is chemistry and building that bond up with each other. When you're able to do that, even when the relationship gets boring, you're able to figure something out because you guys have such a immaculate bond. You're able to be uncomfortable with each other. So when you're bored with each other, you figure it out together, you know? And that's my basis of figuring stuff out when the relationship gets boring, is to just simply be able to love and bond with each other and make sure that you guys have some sort of chemistry going on in the relationship. Without chemistry, you guys are going to have a hard time being able to come up with ideas or simply be with each other in the boredom together and still be happy. And that's why I feel like chemistry and bonding is really important in a relationship. Even when you guys feel like you want to tear each other's heads off, you still have that chemistry that link you two together that can get you through anything. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about is finding time for yourself. I did just talk about this, but the camera just cut off, so I had to restart. Okay, so I feel like this is really important because I don't have any friends, and I still don't. I graduated high school in May, and the last time I had friends was my junior year. So in high school, everybody already had their own friend group, and it was kind of hard to just like get into a friend group that was already there. So it just naturally happened. I just never made any friends, and it was difficult at some points in the relationship because when you have no friends, all you have is your partner, and all I have is my partner and my family. And it can be a little hard sometimes because if I'm not going out with him, what else am I really doing? And I do plan on picking up some hobbies, which I suggest for you too if you are in the same boat as me. But some things that helped me with this problem is finding time for myself and going out, like going to the gym or taking a walk. And it doesn't have to be every day. If you have friends, go out with your friends, gossip, do whatever friends do, you know what I mean? Just like find time for yourself, enjoy yourself, make content, have hobbies, whatever you want, do it, because that will not just only help you, but it will also help the relationship a lot. Because when you find time for yourself, you start to build up this trust within yourself, you start to build up this self-love within yourself, and that will radiate in the relationship a lot. So that is definitely something that I would scream at the rooftop to do in your relationship and just for yourself in general, because it will help you, it will make you glow, it will make you radiate knowing that you have that bond with yourself, and that will also show up in your other relationships like friendships with your partner, with your parents, or whatever, you know? So basically the conclusion is don't follow what the movies say. It is not true. Everything online too, well, not everything, but most things online isn't true about love either. Anything that sounds fairy tale like most likely isn't true, because a relationship is not fairy tale like. It took me and my partner probably about a year to get where we were. And obviously it was good at first, because every relationship it's good, it's exciting, but after a while it died down, and we had to figure out how to get out of this and how to accept each other and how to love each other without the honeymoon phase, you know what I mean? And that's the hardest part, and that's when most relationships end up ending, because they've listened to all these things on the internet and they don't see what a relationship really is with their own eyes. And as a person who has been in a relationship for a year and a few months, I know it's not a long time. I know there's relationships that have been going on longer, but I've still experienced it. And this is coming from somebody who's been in a relationship and is in a relationship. And I'm giving you this advice and sharing it with you because I want everyone, especially at my age, because it was scary being in a high school sweetheart relationship. You know what I mean? Because you grow up on all these things in the movies and all these things on TikTok and all these things on Instagram, and you have this perception that's completely wrong. And it was really scary to learn these new things. Me thinking, is this the right person for me? Like, is this my soulmate? Like, if we're arguing this much, does this make us compatible? You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. It just messes with your mind and it can ruin a potentially good relationship. And I want you to break out of that mindset because it's not real. But yeah, this was my episode on love and the perception of it. And I hope this gave good points to you. To anytime you see one of those videos or anytime you see a movie, yeah, it's cute, but you most likely know it's not real. And I know it's going to take a little while to believe it, but I promise you it is completely mind-changing once you realize that it's not supposed to be like how they're saying it is. And it's such a breath of fresh air to know that. So hopefully this advice helps you with any relationship that you're going through right now, which could be your partner, which could be your friend, or even family, whatever it is. But just know that love takes hard work, dedication, just like any other thing that you are determined to do. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll be posting every Thursday for now. So I'll see you next Thursday. Thank you for watching.